Hey YouTube, so I wanted to make a video talking about God again. So understand that God is a part of you. This is how I see it personally. God is a part of yourself that is a being, and you perceive you perceive God as being separate because on some level that is true that God is separate, but on another level there's something that's in between you and God that makes it a part of yourself. So think of it as like a Venn diagram where there's two circles, but then those two circles meet each other and they're one. And that's your relationship with God. It's like you. God is inside of you. You are God, but God is also separate. So you can meditate and feel God and feel the God inside of you. Or you can pray to God and pray, pray to the God in the sky that something is there listening to you. Because the universe started with a big bang, and it's only one thing, one explosion. Yet, billions and billions of years later, there's planets and humans walking around with a separate experience, but the human body is made of particles and energy that comes from the Big Bang. So we all are that explosion, that one thing, the universe, but we experience ourselves separately. Excuse me. So, you see, God, the universal consciousness, the Great Spirit, is the same thing, in that it's yourself, you are God, but it's also separate because you have this distinct identity, a small little me, but you're also that bigger, big thing, that big me. So, where was I going with this? God pays attention to your intentions. Your intentions are kind of what creates your reality. And I believe when the biblical teaching, ye are born in sin, because we have this animal body, and the animal body has the animal body has animal desires, sex, intoxication, food, indulgences, aggression. But all that stuff separates us from that inherent love that we know is true, that compassion, that goodness. So the more you let that animal desire take over, the more you become distant from love. And then the more distant from love you become more evil. And the more you focus on those things, the more your intentions will be bad. And it may not happen right away, but the more bad intentions you have, the more you're going to get punished by this higher being, God, or whatever. So there's going to be difficult things that you're going to have to deal with in this life or in the next life. Whatever may happen after death, I believe that there is something that happens. I don't have any real proof for it. I have some experiences that seem to prove that something has happened. Something that does happen when you die, but I think all gets written down. God takes note of everything. There's nothing you can hide from the universe. And everything in our lives, like our social interactions, our thoughts, they're real. It's not something that the universe doesn't know about. It is the universe. You are it. So understand that karma is cause and effect. It's a consequence of your actions and your thoughts and your intentions. Most importantly, your intentions, because that's your intentions are the first thing that comes from your sense of self. So when you intend to think about something, when you intend to vibe with something, when you intend to speak or act on something, that's coming from your sense of self. So if you intend something bad, the universe is going to give you something bad in return for that. It's God that's punishing you for your bad actions or rewarding you for your good actions. So understand that I'm sorry if it sounds kind of scattered. I have schizophrenia and I have disorganized thinking, but I'm getting to something. I understand something, and it works for me. But understand that since we are all born in sin and we have this animal body, you're gonna intend bad things in life and you're gonna have to suffer for it in life. It can build up in time because maybe you keep doing something wrong. Maybe you're not entirely bad or evil, but you've just done a few wrong things, maybe even really bad things, and you're gonna have to suffer for it. So life is all about not necessarily feeling good all the time, but more about how you deal with this, with the bad things in your life, like the pain and the suffering and unfortunate circumstances and experiences. It's about how you deal with it. Are you gonna intend to do something good, or are you gonna intend to do something bad? And obviously, you should actually act on it. You have to actually act on it. Think good thoughts. Do good things. Have good interactions with others. Vibe with good music. Because everything that you intend comes from the sky or the heart, which are really ultimately the same thing, and on some level, what's inside of you is also above. You come from the universe. You are the universe. The universe is in the sky, just like it's also here. It's vast. You are it. So what's going to come down upon you is what you're intending. So if you intend something good, good will come. You won't know when, but something good will come. So have that persistence to keep doing good and accept and deal with the bad things in your life. Like, I have to accept my schizophrenia because, I wasn't always a good person. I might seem like a good person because I have this angelic energy that people always tell me I have in the spiritual community, but I wasn't always good, and I know that. I don't always feel comfortable expressing what I've done that was very wrong, but I have to accept that I did something wrong in the past, a few things, and they were bad, and now I have to suffer the consequences for it. But you get through it, and that's what I'm saying. This is a powerful message. Intend to do something good. So let's say you're someone that's struggling with severe depression and you're on the couch all day long. Maybe you're bedridden. You just can't do anything other than sit there and think about all the things you hate in your life or how bad this depression is. Okay, there's a few things you can do that can bring in more positive energy. And being good doesn't always mean being good for others, but also being good for yourself. So that means like dieting, eating healthy, exercising, giving yourself time to rest if you're overworked. So if you're bedridden with depression, do something good for yourself first. And maybe you're not exercising if you're bedridden with depression. You're not eating healthy, but what you can start with is basic exercises. So just simply raise your hand in the air, both of your arms. Raise them in the air 10 times, and that's your workout for the day. The point is that you're doing something physical that's good for yourself. So the first day you do it 10 times. The second day you also do it 10 times. Maybe the third day you do it 15 times. And then in a week you're doing it like 50 times, maybe. So you're building up this like positive energy that God will reward you with something good with because you're doing something good for yourself. There's an intention to do something good for yourself. Another thing you can do is just shake out your energy. We do this in the spiritual community. Standing up, sitting down, it doesn't matter. But with both of your arms, just shake the energy out for as long as you can, and you'll notice that you feel better. You're removing that stagnant energy and replacing it with moving, active energy. You feel better. So do that every day, and that's all you have to do. Just one thing like that. Now let's say you also want to do something good for others, but you feel like you don't have the will or the energy to get a volunteer job, or maybe you don't have the money to like donate. Just simply go on YouTube, and I've mentioned this in another video. Go on YouTube, Watch someone's video and just leave a friendly comment, even if you didn't like the video. Just say like, "Oh, this was put very well together," or if it's someone that's like playing guitar, you can say, and let's say you didn't like their guitar playing, you can say, "You put in so much work and you were brave enough to put a video of you playing." Like that takes a lot of strength. Like compliment them. And it's even better if you do it for a person, if you leave a comment on a person's video who doesn't have a lot of views. Because, I mean, even if you want to leave it on a video that has like a million views, the point is that you're still doing something good. But it's just better if you leave a comment for someone's video that is not the greatest. I mean, not the greatest, that doesn't have a lot of views. So you see, there's little things you can do. They're intentions. You're acting on these intentions. God in the sky, in your heart, will reward you because that's what's happening. Your intentions are good and you're acting on it. Maybe you don't have the energy to get a volunteer job or to change the world, which it's nobody's job to change the world. It's just your job to keep pushing forward and to try and intend from love. So just, you will find something good if you keep doing this. You have to want it. I mean, before you can really want it, I think you have to understand it. And that's why I'm here to explain this. So to sum it up, you are the universe. Your body is made of atoms and subatomic particles and energy that all came from the Big Bang. God is the creator of all things. The Big Bang created all things. You are that. God is you. You are God. But it's also separate because you experience the world in a form in like separateness. Like I'm Michael Sullivan, but I'm not Adolf Hitler. I would never do the things that he's done. But where was I going with this? I just had a thought block. I'm sorry. I was trying to sum up the video. I mean, what your intention is the first thing that comes from your sense of self, which ultimately is God. So you don't have to think of it as God is punishing you for like the separate God that you see in the sky is not gonna intend. This can get a little confusing. It's not that it's like God wants you to go punch this person in the face, because that's what your identity self is doing, the physical body. But that energy of that, now God's gonna punch you in the face, or send someone to punch you in the face. You get it? You kind of have to get a feel for these things, and it's not always going to be clear if you try to like think about it so much. But if you get a feel for what I'm saying, you intend something good comes to you. You intend something bad comes to you. You get born in sin. We all intend bad things. It's about how you deal with it. And you have to keep pushing for those intentions of love, of kindness, while still giving yourself time to relax and to be good to yourself. Because you deserve to be happy too, and to enjoy life. And that's all you really need to know. Peace.